Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth while others spend their whole lives struggling for every penny? This isn't a coincidence. It's the result of inner work, mindset, and the signs that appear on your path. If you start noticing these signs in your life, know that you are moving in the right direction. This is exactly what Napoleon Hill, the man whose ideas changed the destinies of millions, wrote about. The first, and perhaps the most important sign, is that you have begun to think differently. You no longer see money as something unattainable. You've stopped viewing wealth as evil. You understand that financial well-being is not a sin, but an opportunity to help others realize their dreams and live life fully. Hill said that thoughts are material. If you've learned to think like a rich person, you've already taken the first step toward wealth. The second sign is that you now have clarity of goals. You no longer drift along with the current. You know exactly what you want. These aren't just wishes, they are clear, measurable goals with specific deadlines. Your life is no longer a series of coincidences. Napoleon Hill stated that desire is the starting point of all achievement. When you truly want something, you start looking for solutions, not excuses. And the universe responds to that. The third sign is that you aren't afraid of failure. Previously, failure frightened you. Now you see it as a lesson. You understand that every rejection, every mistake is part of the journey. It's not the end, it's a course correction. You know that every successful person has gone through defeat. Napoleon Hill wrote that in every defeat lies the seed of an equal or greater benefit. You've started seeing those seeds. The fourth sign is that you surround yourself with people who strive upward. You no longer waste time on complainers, skeptics, or those who pull you down. You choose an environment that inspires, motivates, and moves you forward. Hill emphasized the power of a mastermind group, an environment where you share goals and ideas. If you found such people or are striving to, you are on the path to wealth. The fifth sign is that you've started taking responsibility for your life. No more blaming parents, the government, bosses, or circumstances. You understand the core truth. Your life is the result of your decisions. Napoleon Hill said that every person is the captain of their soul. And once you accept this responsibility, you become the master of your destiny. This is a turning point without which the path to wealth is impossible. The sixth sign is that you've started investing in yourself. You read, learn, take courses, listen to successful people, and apply new knowledge. You understand that your greatest asset is yourself. Money may come and go, but knowledge, mindset, and skills stay with you forever. Napoleon Hill emphasized that personal development is the foundation of wealth. If you are growing, you are already laying the foundation for future financial freedom. The seventh sign is that you've started taking action. Even when you're scared, no more waiting for the perfect moment, no endless preparation. You understand that action breeds confidence. Fear disappears when you move forward despite it. Hill stated that without action, no idea will ever produce results. If you've stopped waiting and started doing, you are moving toward your wealth. The eighth sign is that you've started controlling your habits. You are conscious of what you eat, how you spend time, who you interact with, and what thoughts you allow in your mind. You no longer let habits control you, you shape them yourself. Napoleon Hill taught that habits are the building blocks of your character. Change your habits, and you change your life. The ninth sign is that you've started noticing synchronicities and random opportunities. People, resources, ideas appear at the right moment. This isn't magic, it's a result of your inner state. You've aligned yourself with the frequency where wealth is possible. Hill called this the vibration of thought, when the inner and outer come into harmony. If you've started noticing such coincidences, it's a sign you are on the right path. One of the strongest signs that you are moving toward wealth is inner calm, despite external uncertainty. You no longer panic when things go off plan. You start seeing problems as lessons and difficulties as opportunities. This doesn't mean life has become easy, it means you've become stronger. Napoleon Hill emphasized a calm mind is a magnet for luck. You attract success when there's order inside you. The next sign is that you've stopped comparing yourself to others. You understand that someone else's success is not your failure. You no longer chase someone else's goals. You've found your own path. You've stopped wasting energy on envy and started investing it in growth. This is maturity. Hill said that you don't have to be better than others, you have to be better than your yesterday self. Accepting this means that you've started thinking like a rich person. Next, you've started surrounding yourself with successful, honest, and growing people. You understand that your environment shapes your thinking. Napoleon Hill often repeated, "Create a mastermind group, a circle of people who think, grow, and support each other together." You've started building such an environment, and it will fundamentally change your future. The 11th sign is that you've started managing your time. You no longer waste hours on meaningless conversations, social media, and series. You set priorities, say no to distractions, and yes to your future. Wealth isn't just money. It's also mastery over your most valuable resource, time. Respecting your time means respecting yourself. Finally, you've believed in your right to be wealthy. This may be the most important moment. You no longer think that money is evil or that wealth is only for the chosen. You understand that being wealthy is natural. It's the result of growth, effort, and the right mindset. Hill wrote that every person has the right to be rich if they are ready for it. If you feel worthy of it, you've already begun the path to true abundance. Another sign that you are moving toward wealth is the ability to finish what you start. You no longer abandon ideas halfway. Previously, you started with enthusiasm and quickly got tired, but now you plan, set goals, and achieve them step by step. This is discipline, the foundation of all great achievements. Hill wrote that persistence is the quality that makes failure impossible. If you've become someone who doesn't give up, you're closer to success than you think. Another sign is that you've started reading, learning, and investing in yourself. You seek knowledge that helps you grow. You realize that books, courses, and conversations with wise people are not a waste of time, but a path to freedom. You see your thinking changing, and along with it, your reality transforms. That means you're on the right path. The next sign is that you've learned to manage your emotions. You no longer get angry at circumstances, blame others, or react impulsively. Instead, you analyze, draw conclusions, and move forward. Emotional control is rare, but it distinguishes successful people from the rest. Hill wrote that by controlling your emotions, you become the master of your destiny. Another important signal is that you've learned gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Despite difficulties, you begin to appreciate what you already have. Gratitude attracts more. It's an open-minded state that draws luck. A grateful person is a magnet for wealth. Hill said that those who cannot be grateful will never be truly wealthy. Finally, you've started seeing money as a tool, not a goal. You previously wanted money for its own sake. Now it's for freedom, growth, helping loved ones, and realizing dreams. You understand that money is energy, and if you know how to direct it properly, it comes back to you tenfold. This is the mindset of a leader, the mindset of someone who builds wealth from the inside out. If you recognize yourself in even one of these signs, don't ignore it. This is not a coincidence or mere chance. It's a sign. You are truly on the path to wealth, and it doesn't matter how much you currently have in your account. What matters is what's happening inside you, because wealth begins in the mind. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." If you've already started believing, you've already started creating. Look back. You've faced difficulties, doubts, fears. You didn't give up. You continued. You fought, grew, and learned. That alone makes you exceptional. Most people stop, but you keep moving. You've stopped looking for shortcuts and started building a solid foundation, which is the true basis of wealth. Now, the most important thing is not to stop. Maintain your habits, develop discipline, and act every day. Every step brings you closer to your goal. Even if you don't notice it, you are moving. And at some point,